Okay, for the next passive income side hustle here, we're going to go with print on demand. And print on demand is something that was like one of the first businesses that really worked for me. And initially, what I was doing was print on demand on Etsy. So with Etsy, I have found that you could charge a little bit higher of a price. The competition wasn't as great as, starting your own store or trying to sell through Amazon or something. But Etsy was really like the first place where you could sell print on demand stuff and pick up some good traffic and traction and sales. Now it's a bit tougher, but if you want to sell on Etsy, I do think you can make the most money on Etsy, but it's going to be kind of hard to break into that barrier now. But we'll get all into how you can sell print on demand on Etsy, and it's really easy. I just think you have to find good products. It's going to be hard for your shirts to get sales and things like that unless you have some really good, clever designs that people want and aren't really on Etsy. So for me on Etsy, I started a t-shirt and hat store, and after like almost a year, I finally started making $1,000 a month in profit on it. And then I got up to like $1,500 in profit per month on Etsy with shirts and hats. But the real game changer for me on Etsy was finding a product that was underrepresented on there, and that was prints. So I was making print designs, and they were 36 by 24-inch prints, which now, if you look at poster prints, there's infinite out here. But when I was doing it, especially in the sports and music niche, there were not that many results for this. So I think that's really important if you're going to try print on demand, and especially on Etsy, is to find products that aren't really represented. But I grew that store to over $5,000 in profit per month, and it's a super profitable store. So before a ton of competition came in, but that was really popping, and I had great margins as well. So that's all stuff we're going to talk about in this section of the course. But let's get into, I think, some other platforms that you should be selling on if you want to try print on demand. And I guess at this point, if you don't know what print on demand is, essentially you make a design, upload it to a website. When you get a sale, the company that you made the product through is going to print that item out. If it's a t-shirt, they'll print the shirt out right there in their factory and send it to whoever ordered it from your site, so you don't have to hold any inventory. And basically, they just take a cut and then you take your cut. So I found Amazon actually a great place for print on demand. If you didn't know, you can do print on demand on Amazon. It's called Amazon Merch. And if you've ever bought a shirt or looked at a shirt on Amazon, you'll notice this very common template here of just a shirt on a white background. So 3 of the top 4 up here are going to be those merch print on demand items. And basically for every sale you get, if you price your shirt at $20, which honestly a lot of these are cheaper, but I would print them or set the price at $20. So you'll get $5 in commission for each shirt sale you get. Honestly, I'm not really sure how these people are making any money here selling it at $14.95. I think you definitely have to price it at least $18.99, but I would go $19.99 on my shirt. And the most important thing is to find shirts or designs that aren't represented very much on Amazon. So this one, My Mom Says I'm Special, has 100 sales in the last month. So pretty good. What I would do if I think I could make a shirt like that? Don't copy it exactly, but you can see it's already coming up here. And then if we scroll all the way down and then hit their next page, you can see there's 4,000 results for My Mom Says I'm Special shirt. So you're not going to get any sales if you just throw this up, a design like that. I mean, I don't know how many shirts are on each page, but yours could be, the 1,000th result or even the 3,000th result. And it looks like there's like 50 per page here. So if you're not on the first or second page, you're not going to get any sales. So I mean, you'd have to change this to something like my mom says I'm strong shirt, and then we'll see what the results are here. So only 803 results for that kind of shirt, but still that's a lot. I would focus on something like below 500, and then you do have a chance of getting on the front page. Merch by Amazon, I still do it. I still make about $500 to $1,000 a month, and basically it's passive income for me now. It's been about 3 years since I started on Merch by Amazon, and at the time when I quit my job, it was pretty profitable. I also had Etsy, which was really profitable, but I wanted to go hard on Amazon as well. So I basically made like 100 designs a day for a while. And now I have like 5,000 products, I think, on my Merch by Amazon store that are on Amazon. And, you know, haven't really done much work to it, honestly, in the past 3 years. Besides, sometimes I have a really good idea for a shirt and I'll put it up there. So I probably work on it 30 minutes a month, and still 3 years later, I'm making 500 to 1,000 a month. So just Amazon's really good. But I think Etsy, you can really blow up and you could charge more. You could charge $20 plus $5 on shipping. So the customer's going to pay $25, and then you can get a shirt made and sent out for $12. So the profit margin is going to be $12 on Etsy versus Amazon's 5. So that's another reason you more than double your money with each sale on Etsy. And all right, let's just get in how to make your print on demand Etsy store. So I'd recommend Printful. I'll link Printful down below. It's really easy to use. Basically, you're just going to come over here to your stores, and you can see all my stores here. So my Etsy store is actually inactive because I shut it down. But, I still do it on eBay, which you could do as well. You could do it on TikTok, and they make it super easy. Basically, all you have to do is come down, choose a platform, say it's Etsy, and they have a guide to walk you through how to do it, but it's really easy. You're just going to have to click this button, connect to Etsy, and it's going to pop up a pop-up, and you're going to have to log in to your Etsy account through Printful. So you have to make an Etsy account first, then you're in there, and then you're going to have to just assign products from Printful, and it'll send them immediately to Etsy, and then on Etsy you can see them all as drafts, and then you're just going to publish. So really easy. I explained it in about 60 seconds. So once you get that store connected, you're going to come over to your stores. I'm just going to use my eBay store as an example. I'll go to add product, and this is where you're going to want to try to find products that aren't super popular on Etsy, but you think that they should be. So do a lot of product research here. Something like this, a hanging poster, could be pretty nice. It's only $16.50, plus you're probably gonna have to pay $5 in shipping. So you could sell this for $30, and you could still make $8 in profit every sale. You could maybe even sell this for $40, and then you're making $18 in profit per sale, which would be pretty nice. So definitely an item. It's a new one. You can look at their new items. So I would focus on trying to find some new items that aren't really on Etsy and do that. But okay, basically let's use this as an example. So very simple. As I hover over it, they just put a background with text. I think you could get away with just doing that and make sales here. So then you're just going to click on this, and you're going to upload your design. So you can design it anywhere. Canva, which is free, Pixlr is free, Photoshop, anything here, or they have a designer for you as well. So I don't know if they have. Okay, so you can do a fill. So you could add a plain background of pink here, and then you can just use their text if you want, and just design it, everything right here. I forget exactly what that poster said, but you get the idea. You can make your text, you can drag it around, change the font, change the size, everything. They even have clip art. Like if you wanted to make this basketball design and then change the text to say like ball is life or something like that that's not copyrighted, yeah, you can do that and make this product pretty easily here. Then you're just going to have to continue. Once you set the prices and everything, you're just going to upload to the store. So you got mockups, you got everything here. I accidentally, wait, here we go. This is the one. You could do the title here, or you could do that on Etsy. And then from here, you are just going to, you're going to see here the price that you sell it at, what profit you're going to make. So like I said, you can sell this for $30, I think. And that's $13.50 in profit. I guess the price here does include shipping. So $30 for a hanging wood poster, I think it's a pretty good deal. And you're going to make $13.50 on here. So pretty good product and easy way to start an Etsy store right there. And once you get it set up and just add all your products, you just got to let it sit and keep making designs as much as you wish here. But make at least like 100 to start. You know, it could take you a week to get 100 products up on Etsy, but then you could just let it ride and just see how it does. Are the absolutely easiest one to get started with because Amazon does require you to apply and get accepted. You know, Etsy, you got to connect your Printful and then a couple other hoops to jump through there. Redbubble, you can just make an account and upload your designs and you're live like the same day. It's going to be real quick. Same 20 minutes here. So you can see they have a ton of products over here on Redbubble and about the same profit margins as Amazon. I've found that Redbubble is the easiest to use, easiest to get started, but you're going to make the least money there. And then Amazon is the second. And then the big one is going to be Etsy if you can really tap into and figure out how to get going on Etsy. So all in all with print on demand, I would go for these three sites. You got Amazon, you got Etsy, and you got Redbubble, and just try to stand out. You know, you can't just do the same things that are already on there. You're not going to show up on the results page. You got to be unique with the products, with the sayings on your shirts and the designs. If you can do all that, should be a great passive income source. Like I said, I currently make $500 to $1,000 every month on Amazon. Etsy, over $5,000 in profit per month, and Redbubble was like $100 to $200 in profit a month. So definitely try them all. Great passive income source once you get them up and running.